Welcome to Sociology Vibes, where we simplify challenging ideas into easy-to-understand insights. Today, our focus is on the sociological explanation of bureaucratic dysfunctions. A bureaucracy is a formal organization that emerged during industrialization as societies became more rational and efficient. Max Weber, a German sociologist, defined the characteristics of an ideal bureaucracy. Now, while bureaucracies exist to meet the needs of a complex society, they also have dysfunctions that sometimes seem counterintuitive to their goals. Various sociologists have studied problems with bureaucracies, and some of them expanded on Max Weber's ideas and views. Weber believed that rationalization was overemphasized in modern societies. He referred to this as an iron cage in which rationalization and bureaucratic formalities trap people in their rigid processes, similar to prisoners or animals living in iron cages, with little freedom for creative thinking. Weber also believed that people experience alienation, where they feel disconnected from the impersonality of bureaucracies. For example, in a hospital, patients might feel they lack personal or individual attention. Sociologist Robert Merton expanded on Weber's ideas when he described bureaucratic ritualism and bureaucratic inertia as two problems with bureaucracies. Bureaucratic ritualism is also known as red tape, and that's when the primary focus is on strict adherence to formal rules and procedures, and these overshadow the organization's goals and purpose. This means that the organization becomes more concerned with following the rules for the sake of rules, rather than achieving its primary objectives, which lead to inefficiency and thus loss of a mission. Doctors must comply with requests for numerous documents before insurance companies issue payments for medical procedures. This is an example of red tape. Bureaucratic inertia occurs when a bureaucracy continues to do things the same way, even when the procedures become outdated and ineffective. For example, health insurance companies that refuse to pay for new medical procedures or medications. This lack of flexibility and rigid compliance with outdated rules and practices can cause more harm to people, contradicting the original purpose of impartiality and fairness. Sociologist Laurence Peter coined the Peter principle, which states that in a hierarchy, employees will continue to get promoted up the chain of command until they reach a position that they're no longer qualified to handle. At this point, they stop being promoted, and organizations can become filled with ineffective people in their roles. Sociologist Robertmichels coined the term Iron Law of Oligarchy, which states that power is concentrated among the few at the top of a hierarchy. People prioritize their privilege in these positions of power so that they can hold on to their positions, and in essence, this creates an oligarchy at the expense of the organization or the bureaucracy. People in these high-level positions might help each other stay in these positions. They might promote themselves and hire amongst themselves. There have been times when you probably experienced long delays, navigating automated phone systems, being transferred from one department to another, or waiting for simple paperwork or requests to be processed. You might have great ideas or solutions in your place of employment, but it can feel like no one cares or is listening. Sometimes financial aid paperwork in a college takes a while to process, and students cannot register for their classes on time. These are all examples of bureaucratic dysfunctions. And why does this matter? Awareness of these problems remind us that even though formal organizations are structured to meet our needs efficiently, these systems and procedures are still created by humans. Patience and demonstrating grace can help alleviate the frustration we often feel when we experience these problems. Still, it's also a relief to know that we are not at fault. Instead, these problems are a dysfunction of a bureaucracy. For those of us who work in a formal organization, practicing self-care when problems arise, and not getting caught up emotionally in the impersonality of a bureaucracy can help us maintain a sense of calm. And this makes sociology worth exploring further, don't you think? Thank you for watching. Be sure to comment below with your thoughts, questions, or any topics you'd like us to explore next. Let's keep the conversation going and our community growing. See you in the next Sociology Vibes video.